The following is a special Wayne Hills Television sports presentation.
Hello and welcome to the Gifford Gymnasium as we broadcast from our very own Wayne Hills TV studio for today's boys basketball matchup that features the Glen Panthers and your Patriots of Wayne Hills. Alongside Jason Hook, I'm Jake Tallarico as we bring you this matchup. Now Jason, give me a last game recap.
In the last game against the Woodridge Blue Devils, the Patriots won 74-55 with the highest scorers being Chester Macarenas with 22 points, Phillip Park with 18 points, and Ali Mansuroglu with 11 points. A huge win there by a 19-point margin, and it'll be exciting to see what they can do against Glen Rock today.
It definitely was a great game. Now let's take a look at some key players for today's game. My key player for today's game is Phillip Park. Phillip Park in the season has 219 points, 36 twos, 34 threes, and 50 free throws, and that is playing every single game this season. Phillip Park, no doubt the best player on this team all around, great at defense and on offense. And now, Jason, who's your key player?
My key player for today's game is Chester Macarenas, the leading scorer in the past 2 games for this Hills team. He's been amazing in these past 2 games, as I've just said, and really an overall great senior to watch on the court. He has this passion in his game that shows his drive and motivation, and it really extends to the rest of the team. And that's something that you really love to see in a player like him, especially a senior that's meant to be the leader for this Patriots team.
Now don't go anywhere. Tip-off is moments away.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Positano Pizza, the finest Italian cuisine and pizzeria. Show us your Wayne Hills student ID to get 2 slices of pizza or a bowl of pasta, plus a drink for only $5.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Gifford Gymnasium at Wayne Hills High School for this evening's matchup between the visiting Glen Rock Panthers and your Wayne Hills Patriots. Tonight's contest is being conducted according to the rules of the NJSIAA. These rules provide for fair competition among players. Spectators can help promote good sportsmanship by observing the rules of fair play. Any verbal, written, or physical conduct related to race, gender, ethnicity, disability, sexual orientation, or religion shall not be tolerated, could subject the violator to ejection, and may result in penalties being assessed against your team. It is expected that all spectators will demonstrate good sportsmanship and will do nothing to jeopardize the safety or comfort of the players, coaches, officials, or other spectators. Also a reminder that all tobacco products are prohibited on school grounds. Ladies and gentlemen, due to the circumstances of COVID-19, we ask that you remain socially distanced by 6 feet at all times, along with wearing a mask over your nose and mouth, again at all times. Your cooperation is greatly appreciated. Enjoy the game. First, let's introduce the starting lineup for the visiting Panthers. Senior forward, number 35, Will McLaughlin. Senior center, number 40, Andy Martin. Senior forward, number 33, Michael Silver. Senior guard, number 14, Connor Cunningham. And senior guard, number 2, Ryan Baumbach. And the Panthers are coached by Jason Middleman, assistant coach Mark Leonard. Once again, the Glen Rock Panthers. And now for your Wayne Hills Patriots starting lineup. Junior guard, number 11, Luke Crisati. Junior guard, number 1, Andre Macarenas. Junior forward, number 34, Ali Mansuroglu. Senior forward, number 20, Brandon Caprioni. And senior guard, number 2, Phil Park. And the Patriots are coached by Rob Parsons, assistant coach Mike Moussa.
Hello and welcome back to Wayne Hills High School here at the Gifford Gymnasium. And now let's take a look at the starting five for today's game. Here's the Hills starting five: Ali Mansuroglu, Philip Park, Brandon Caprioni, Chester Macarenas, and Luke Rosati, all starters for today's game. And a couple players usually you'll see in the starting lineup, like Brandon Caprioni, number 20. Brandon Caprioni, a big man underneath for the Patriots. I definitely agree he should get more playing time. I'm not sure if Jason agrees with me. I think he's a great player that should be utilized a lot more.
Yeah, I was a big fan of his last few games from Caprioni. You know, he's a great defender for this Hills team. You know, he's only got 8 points so far in the season, but, you know, his defense and his rebounding is definitely something that has been very impressive so far. And it looks like younger brother Andre Macarenas, the junior, will be starting at guard and not Chester Macarenas, as we now start off.
Now Andre Macarenas with the ball. Passing loose. Now Andre with the ball again. Passing over to Ali Mansuroglu. Ali taking the three. And that is off. Great rebound there by Glen Rock. Now going down the court is number 2, Ryan Baumback. Passing over to his teammate. Dribbling around. That's number 40, Andy Martin, passing the ball back to number 2, Baumback. Baumback with the ball. Baumback dribbling around, looking to find an open teammate. Ball back in the paint, passing it out to Will McLaughlin. Number 40, Andy Martin makes that layup there. A little bit of a post up there from Andy Martin. Andy Martin is 6'5", a big player underneath, which will be hard for the Patriots to cover tonight's game. And Andre misses that 2-point shot. There's Brandon Caprioni. Could not get that rebound there. Now number 14, Connor Cunningham has the ball, passing over to number 33, Michael Silver. Now number 35, Andy Martin has the ball. That ball is airballed, but saved by number 2, Baumback. A little bit of lazy play by the Patriots. Baumback saves that ball from going in bounds, and now Glen Rock keeps possession. Lucas Sadi covering Baumback there on the outside, passing over the corner. Number 14, Connor Cunningham passes back to Baumback. Baumback takes the layup, and that goes off. Now Andre gets the rebound. Andre Macarenas taking the ball up the court. Driving into the basket. A little Euro step there, and Andre makes that layup. Great layup by Andre there, just to get past the defender. Now Baumback with the ball. Cannot hit that layup, and Andre gets another rebound. Now Philip Park with a 3, and that is in. Another great shot by Philip Park. Philip Park, the leading scorer for this Patriots team and my key player for today's game, hits that nice 3 to put the Patriots up 5-2 early in this game.
Yeah, Phil Park, an amazing player. He's the leading scorer for this Hills team, and you know, he's really been thriving from that 3-point shot, and you know, he starts that this game off strong with that one from you know, the elbow there.
Now Ali Mansuroglu backing down his defender, passing it back to Andre. Andre hits that, and Andre, that is off. Andre Macarenas with another missed shot. Now Michael Silver passing the ball off to Connor Cunningham, who passes back to Michael Silver. Michael Silver passes underneath, and that is another missed layup. Now Philip Park taking another 3. And that is off after making that first one earlier. Now the Panthers will keep the ball going back up the court. Looks like Baumback has the ball here up top. Passing over to Connor Cunningham. Michael Silver with the ball at the top, covered by Ali Mansuroglu. Now Baumback with the ball, passing the ball underneath. That might have been a violation there. I'm not sure.
That one was a foul on number 20, Brandon Caprioni, the center for this Hills team, as that'll be the first foul so far this game after almost 4 minutes of play so far. You know, it's actually been pretty clean by, high school basketball standards. A lot of these games we've seen have been pretty aggressive from both sides, but that's only the first one so far this game, and it's looking to be, a nice, clean, well-fought match here.
Chester Macarenas got subbed in for Brandon Caprioni there. Now Andre Macarenas with the ball at the top, driving into the basket, looking to get a shot, and can get one. Wow, what a great fake by Andre Macarenas.
Yeah, he really strives in that, the inside in the paint. He's a great scorer on, inside for the basketball, and that's something he's really, been practicing a lot, and that's something he's almost perfected is, putting up the ball, laying it in for the easy basket there.
Now Baumback passes the ball back. Number 14, Cunningham. Cunningham passing around to his teammates. Baumback again with the ball atop. That definitely looked like a push there by Luke Rosati for the Patriots.
That one's going to be a foul on Luke Rosati, his first of the game so far, and Andre Macarenas is going to be taking out for number 3, Kyle Mulholland, as we enter this timeout. I mean, it's been pretty low scoring so far, almost 5 minutes into this game, and it's only a 7-4 game here. Wayne Hills in the lead. I mean, this is definitely going to be a tough matchup for the Patriots, as this is a very tall Glen Rock team. The 6'3" forward Michael Silver, the 6'5" forward Andy Martin, and the 6'7" center Will McLaughlin. He is just insanely tall. He is about 4 or 5 inches taller than Hills' tallest player, which I believe is Ali Mansuroglu. And, this is something they got to watch out for. He's going to be very dominant in the paint, and they've really got to, pay attention to these taller players if they want to win this game.
Yeah, usually you see players like Phillip Parks taking the ball up the court as the main point guard, but these are Andre Macarenas taking over that role early. And Luke Rosati covering the point guard here, Baumback. Baumback driving in, passing the ball out to his teammate. That's number 35, Will McLaughlin. Passing it back to Baumback. Now to number 40, Andy Martin, who made that layup earlier in the game. Andy Martin with the ball, passing around. Cannot get the shot off. Patriots playing very good defense right now. Now Baumback with the ball driving in. Passes right to Chester Macarenas. Chester probably got surprised by that pass as that came right to his hands. Now Chester with the 3. And that is off the front of the rim, but Phillip Park gets the rebound there. And that is an unfortunate travel by Phillip Park after making a great play of getting that rebound.
Yeah, I mean, that's something you don't want to see after that great rebound from Park. He had an almost 100% chance at making that next shot, but he is called for that travel as he did move his pivot foot, and that will go to the Glen Rock Panthers there.
Now Glen Rock with the ball, and that is Andy Martin making another close shot here for the Panthers. And Phillip Park will be taking over the role as the point guard as he takes the ball up the court, covered by Baumback. And Chester with the ball, looking for an open teammate. Now passing the ball around. Number 11, Luke Rosati, has the ball and he loses it.
As you can see on the sideline, we have Colin Boysitz entering the game for the Panthers here. And Luke Rosati leaving the game for the Patriots, as I believe, that will be Jared Mintz, number 5 in the game for the Patriots. And coming out of the game was, I believe, Will McLaughlin for Glen Rock.
Phillip Park with the ball, basically loses it there, but Chester hustling to get that rebound. Now Chester passing over to Jared Mintz. Jared Mintz to Ali Mansuroglu. Mintz with the ball. Looking to find a teammate. Patriots getting a little bit of a stale here. Now Phillip Park driving in and cannot get that layup. Definitely too much power in that layup there. Now Glenrock with the ball. Another great finish by Will McLaughlin. The 6'7" forward here for the
Yeah, that was almost too easy for him. I mean, it looked like he tapped the backboard on that one. I mean, that was almost 100% chance of going in. I mean, that was just too easy for the 6'7" forward.
Yeah, and now Glenrock seems to be on a bit of a surge here as they cannot miss, as that is another shot made by Glenrock, taking a 10-7 lead with about 30 seconds left in this first quarter. Now Phillip Park with the ball, taking the ball up the court. Looking to get something here as they have not scored in a while.
It's going to be a foul on Ryan Bomback, the 6-foot guard senior for this Panthers team. A lot of this team is made up of mostly juniors and seniors. In fact, it's made up of all juniors and seniors. They have 7 seniors on this team and I believe 8 juniors, which is, they're a more older, experienced team compared to other high school teams. I mean, the Patriots as well are made up of our seniors and juniors.
Patriots need to get a shot off here as Andre Macarena's the ball, passing Jared Mintz. And they cannot get a shot off, as he does make that. But they cannot get a shot off there at the end of the first quarter. Unfortunate. Towards the end of that first quarter, it seems like Glenrock just completely took over the game.
Yeah, I mean, they were up 7-4, and Glenrock had that stint of scores, those 2 baskets from Will McLaughlin and that one mid-range shot from number 2 Ryan Bomback really put them in the lead, increased their momentum, and going into the second quarter, they're definitely going to have more passion and more drive to keep this lead going and possibly win the game. Unfortunately, Patriots are going to have to put in a lot more work. They're going to have to watch out for their taller players on the Panthers team. They're going to have to watch out for all those shooters such as Bomback and Silver, 2 great mid-range shooters, and something they're going to have to watch out for the rest of this game.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, and they probably underestimated this Glenrock team, as Glenrock has only scored about 160 points total on this whole season, and they have played a total of 11 games themselves, only 1 less than the Patriots, and the Patriots have scored a total of 690 points in the season. Definitely a big difference there, but Glenrock showing that doesn't matter as they're up 10-7 here down to the first quarter. Now as this quarter's going to start again, this will be Glenrock ball, even though Jared Mintz did shoot that ball just a little bit too late after it did go in. Now Andy McLaughlin passes in to number 25, Ryan Burke, has now checked in the game. And so has Colin Bostis. Let's go. Now, surprisingly, that ball does not go in there, but number 25 grabs that rebound. Now the Patriots driving down the court. Now Andre Macarenas with the ball. Not sure what to do with it. Cannot find a teammate. They definitely had a fast break there. Just no one was open on that play down the court. And Kyle Mulholland has checked in the game there for the Patriots.
Great throw off the legs of his defender by Luke Rosati there, as we see Kyle Mulholland checks into the game for the Patriots.
And there's a turnover there for the Patriots as Kyle Mulholland passes the other team. And that will be a charging play. Looks like number 11, Luke Rosati, took that one for the team.
Yeah, great job by Cressati, planting his feet there, saw the person driving to the lane, rushing in as quick as possible, and he took advantage of that in a great way, and that'll be a perfect turnover that will really shift momentum for the rest of the second quarter, I believe.
Now that looks like there will be a foul here on Glenrock.
Yeah, that will be the second foul of the game so far for the Panthers there, as that is number 15, Colin Boysitz.
That would actually be the third foul on number 15 there for Glen Rock. Philip Park with the ball, passing over to Luke Rosati, takes the three. That's just off the mark, and Ali Mansoga grabbing that ball. And ends up trying to save it, but it does go out of bounds, and it will be Glen Rock ball now.
Yeah, we saw a lot of great hustling from this Patriots team. Ali Mansouroglu trying to save that ball. Luke Rosati, diving for the ball that almost went out of bounds. He threw it off the legs of his defender, and it stayed with the Patriots. And another great hustler for this team is James Adama, who unfortunately got injured in the last game and is not here for this game.
Now Chester Macarenas makes that layup. Now that is another close shot made by Glen Rock.
Great way to answer to that Macarenas layup there. Glen Rock with a point of their own, trying to keep this lead.
Definitely seems like when the Patriots are scoring, Glen Rock just comes and scores right back. As that is another missed three there for the Patriots. And that is, it looks like there'll be a foul on Chester Macarenas, something you do not want. Early in this game, Chester Macarenas has been the highest scorer in the past two.
So Glen Rock in the lead, 12-9 here.
This would actually be on his brother Andre Macarenas, that previous foul. That brings Patriots fouls to 3. And also the same amount of fouls goes for Glen Rock, as that is a nice post-up move by Andy Martin over Philip Park.
Yeah, it's only a 3-point game here, as they just extended it to a 5-point game. This has been very close so far, but Glen Rock has been pulling away in this last minute or so, and that's something that Hills is going to have to watch out for. It started off in the first quarter with a lot of inside shots, and now they're hitting more mid-ranges. They're really developing their game plan that'll try to make them a lot more unpredictable, which is something that will definitely help them in the long run here.
Seems like they're definitely out of sync here on the offensive side of the ball as they keep passing around. Ali Mansoga underneath. Not sure who that would be a foul on.
That looks like that was on number 40, Andy Martin there. As he will, that will be a shooting foul. It looked like originally it was going to be called a blocking foul, but Ali Mansouroglu went up with that ball, and he's going to go to the line for 2. The first trip to the line for either team so far this game.
And Ali Mansouroglu does make that first free throw there. Now that will shrink the lead to 4 points. See if he can shrink it to 3 after this shot. And now there'll be some substitutions here as number 33 comes in the game, Michael Silver. And so does Ryan Baumbach here for Glen Rock. Mansouroglu does make that second free throw, so it would shrink the lead now to 3 points. Glen Rock 14, Wayne Hills 11. Just about over 5 minutes left to go here at Wayne Hills High School. And now that's number 4 with the ball, passing back to one of his teammates, Cunningham. Now passing around is Glen Rock. Now Baumbach with the ball, passing to number 33, Michael Silver. Michael Silver has possession of the ball. Forces that pass to number 40, Andy Martin, and it ends up going off his hands. Wayne Hills needs to take advantage of this, as that is another travel. So unfortunate. They just can't afford these right now, being down and struggling on offense right now in this game.
Yeah, that's something we've seen a lot with the Patriots in these past few games. Once they catch the ball, they take those 2 steps. If you're going to take 2 steps after getting that ball, you got to dribble once at least, or otherwise the refs are going to have to call that one. Unfortunately, it goes in Glen Rock's favor, as Hills is still down by 3 points as they were going into this this quarter.
Now there's a foul on Ali Mansouroglu. As his first foul of the night, brings the Patriots total to 4. Now Glen Rock with the ball. That is Baumbach at the top. Now taking another 3 is Glen Rock. That looks like that was number 33, Michael Silver. Michael Silver, a 6'3" forward, is making that three from pretty deep. Puts Glen Rock up by 6. Phillip Park with the ball, looking to answer after that three. Now Lucasati driving in. That is a foul. Looks like that might be an and one there. Or, yes, it will be an and one.
It'll be Luke Rosati's first basket of the game as he will now go to the line off of that foul from number 14, Connor Cunningham. And he makes that next one as he now has 3 points on the game, tied with Phillip Park for the second highest scorer so far. The highest scorer is Andre Macarenas with 4 points.
Now Glen Rock with the ball again. This is Baumback. Baumback passing over to one of his teammates. Now it's number 14 Cunningham with the ball, passing over to Martin. Now that is intercepted by Ali Mansarogu, who cannot keep possession. Oh, that is almost stolen again by Phillip Park. Now driving in is the 6'7" forward, Will McLaughlin. And he makes that layup to put the Glen Rock Panthers up 19-14. Phillip Park with the ball once again, passing over to Andre Macarenas. Now Ali Mansarogu with the ball at the top. Wayne Hills needs to get something going underneath as Glen Rock has basically shut them down with their big defenders. Andre Macarenas looking to make a move here. Trying to drive into the basket. Passing over to Ali Mansarogu. Going up the layup. And that cannot go in. And that is a foul. Looks like that might be on Brandon Caprioni there as he was fighting for the layup.
Yeah, that is the 5th foul so far for the Patriots as they are one behind the visiting team, the Panthers, with 6 fouls, as that is the 2nd foul of the game for Ali Mansarogu, the forward for this Patriots team, also the leading rebounder for this team.
I did not see what he did there as he drove that ball in. Now Glen Rock with the ball, taking another three, and that falls in. Glen Rock cannot miss right now. That was number 2, Ryan Baumback, making that.
Yeah, Glen Rock's really stepping things up here. Shot after shot is going in, and it's definitely, I'd say it's definitely a height thing, and it's also really just a motivation thing. After, being down by 6 points, they decided, you know what, we're not going down this easily. We're going to turn things around. And now they have the lead by 8 as we see Phillip Park goes to the line after the 2nd foul of the game from Connor Cunningham.
And that foul by Cunningham leads them to 7 fouls. So now any foul for the next 2 minutes and 13 seconds will lead to a one-on-one opportunity for the Patriots, which they will need to take advantage of here, down by 7.
Yeah, after 6 fouls by either team, they will go into the 1-and-1 bonus as we see Phillip Park make that second one. He is now 5 points.
Balkman with the ball. Trying to find a teammate. Andre Macarenas and Luke Rosati both there. And looks like that'll be another foul on the Patriots. Or unless that was a timeout.
Timeout called by the Patriots here as, after those 2 Phillip Park free throws, they are now down by 6 points. The biggest lead so far has been Glen Rock with 8. Wayne Hills looking to, shrink that down and possibly take the lead before we start the second half, as there's just under 2 minutes left, as we see Coach Karsich talking to his team, trying to motivate them, trying to get them to, step things up, not let those Panthers take those easy shots there. A couple good threes, a couple great inside shots, and they have just lost their, momentum, and that's something they're really going to need for the rest of the game. Momentum is so important in basketball and really all sports. And once you make a few shots, your momentum keeps going. You start to gain some fire, and you start to, take leads, and you start to win games.
Now we want to see the Patriots respond after that. after that three made earlier. Now Andre with the ball, and he would call this off as that was a travel. Very fortunate there by the Patriots. They need to capitalize on this opportunity here.
Yeah, Andy Martin, the second tallest player for the Panthers, is called for the travel. Otherwise, that would have been a very easy basket. He is 6'5", and he was being guarded by, I believe that was one of the Macarenas brothers, who are both 5'11".
Looks like that would be a jump ball here, caused by Brandon Caprioni down there on the bottom. And this will stay with the Patriots. Great play by Brandon Caprioni to keep the ball here. Now Phillip Park passing it in to Luke Rosati. Luke Rosati with the ball. Back to Phillip Park. Phillip Park looking to drive in here as he goes up. And that cannot float in the basket. He's almost taking that shot from the free-point line. Definitely don't want those shots. You want to make the shot easier on yourself. Now Brandon Caprioni covering number 2, the Baumback, and Baumback cannot make the layup. Now Phillip Park with the ball. Passing over to Andre Macarenas. Andre Macarenas driving in and cannot get the layup to fall. Brandon Caprioni and Chester Macarenas both on that ball, fighting for the jump ball. And that will stay with Glen Rock now.
Yeah, that possession arrow is definitely something that Wayne Hills is going to have to look for. Especially later in the game. You know, if they're down late in the fourth quarter, they're definitely going to have to pay attention to that possession arrow. Maybe force some jump balls and gain possession, get some quick scores.
Number 35, Will McLaughlin misses that. Now Andre Macarenas with the ball, passing it back out to Phillip Park. Phillip Park taking a deep three. And unfortunately, that is airballed. Both teams at a stale in this later half of the second quarter. Patriots have also been at a stale themselves if they have not seemed to be able to score since early in the first quarter.
That was something very unfortunate. A very rare sighting is Phillip Park airballing a three-pointer. But, you know, hopefully they can turn around in this second half as there's only 5 seconds left in the first.
Now that is another missed shot. And now that would be the end of the first half here. With a score of 22-16, Glen Rock leading the Wayne Hills Patriots. Just at a very unfortunate half there by the Patriots. They just can't seem to get anything going on offense.
Yeah, this has been very unfortunate for this Patriots team as they are in very close record to the Panthers. Both teams with 9 wins. Patriots with 3 losses and the Panthers with 2. And so far the Panthers have just been able to, you know, come away with this as it's a 6-point game. It's still anybody's game going on. As we have some stats, Phillip Park, the leading scorer with 5 points, Andre Macarenas with 4, Luke Cressati with 3, Chester Macarenas with 2, and Ali Mansuroglu with 2 as well. They're getting a lot of different players, you know, getting the ball. Unfortunately, they just haven't been scoring as much as we've seen them, you know, prior in the season so far. And that's something that they're really going to have to step up for the second half.
Well, that about wraps things up here at the first half with the score of 22-16. Glen Rock leading your Patriots, and we will see you after break.
guys have been so you guys are inside the teams, right? You guys are not being pressured. You guys not being pressured, you have to keep pressure on 4 teammates. You gotta see 4 teammates and 5 defenders all the time. You gotta see 4 teammates and 5 defenders all the time. That will help you inform you on what the right decision is. And then use a pass. Okay? Anything you can take. You have 3 seconds left for each of the third and fourth. So we'll start with
3.
Welcome back to halftime here at Wayne Hills High School as we get ready to start our regular interview with public address announcer Mr. Hinger. Mr. Hinger, can you hear me? It's going well so far. Just have a couple of questions. I mean, what do you think has really led to Glen Rock outplaying the Patriots so far?
Yeah, actually, it's been a really terrific game. You didn't see the first whistle until almost 4 minutes in. I thought it was a very clean game on both sides. No ticky-tack fouls. I think the referees have done a good job of handling the game. Glen Rock was very patient for most of the first quarter and waited for their right shot. Now, I think the Patriots have done a good job limiting them to 22 points first half for a boys basketball game. That's pretty good. What it comes down to, I think, is that Wayne Hills has not been able to finish making their shots. Glen Rock has some height on them underneath. They forced the Patriots to take bad shots. Phil Park is the team leader with just 5 points so far. So I think defensively, Wayne Hills has done a great job. I think Glen Rock has done a better job defensively. And it's going to take Wayne Hills just knocking down shots. I mean, that plain and simple, and they haven't been able to hit. I think we have maybe 1 3-pointer, and that's about it. So just making your shots, it's pretty simple.
Hey, Mr. Hinger, it's Jake Talarico. I have another question for you. So I'm not sure if it's just them missing shots, but, do you think they're not doing well in the passing game either? That's why they're not scoring on offense?
Sure. I mean, they haven't had, I'll tell you what, they haven't had many turnovers outside the 3-point line. They haven't made many mental mistakes what has been happening, though, is Glen Rock is forcing them too far underneath the basket, and they're not able to finish those layups or not able to draw the fouls where they're going to get the and one, so they're going to put together those three-point plays. So I think that's been the key, is trying to find a way to draw contact with Glen Rock and be able to finish those shots and make those plays. And one more final thing, I think, too. Glen Rock has not shot a free throw yet in this game, so I think Patriots have done a good job so far limiting the fouls and the shooting fouls especially.
Yeah, thank you very much. That'll be all for halftime with Mr. Hittinger here, as second half action is about to start in just over a minute, as we are about to wind down the clock. It's only a 6-point game. Glen Rock leads against the Patriots 22-16. I'm Jason Hook, and I will be taking over for play-by-play in the second half. And it's definitely been an interesting game. Jake, you have some stats, I believe.
Yeah, I got a couple stats. Phillip Park leading the team, as Mr. Inger said, with only 5 points. That's very surprising from Phillip Park, the leading scorer in the season. And then Andre Macarena is trailing him with 4 points. Just a bit of a struggle here on offense for the Patriots. Just seem to cannot get anything to fall down, as Patriots are already back on the court here.
And here's Phillip Park going to take up the ball, this leading scorer for the Patriots here. He's going to find his way around some defenders, passes it out to Macarenas. He's going to miss that one, as that is rebounded by the Panthers. Pass to the corner, over to number 33, Michael Silver. He'll take the shot, he'll make it, and that is an and one there. He'll go to the line for a 3-point play possibility. The second foul so far from number 11, Luke Crissati. As we see the 6'3" senior Michael Silver, and he will make that. One. Park passes it over to Mansuroglu, over to Andre Macarenas. He'll drive inside, the lay-in, no good. That'll be rebounded by number 35, Will McLaughlin, as it'll be called a jump ball there. And we see Brandon Caprioni taken out of the game for the Patriots, as number 3, Kyle Mulholland, comes in. Inside is McLaughlin. He'll take that one, no good. That is rebounded by Phillip Park there. He'll take that one up the court. He'll find Andre Macarenas, who swings it back over to Park. Park around the pick. The double pump shot, that is no good, but that is rebounded by Mulholland. Step back, 3, Mansuroglu, no good, and that is rebounded by number 2, Ryan Bomback. Another senior for this Panthers team. Both teams on the court today, very experienced players, both made up of all seniors and juniors. So we see Kyle Mulholland drives to the basket, no good. That'll be rebounded by number 40, Andy Martin. He'll fall over, but it'll stay with the Panthers, as we see number 3, Brandon Sullivan. Number 2, Ryan Bomback taking out the ball. Silver over to Bomback. He'll take that shot, no good. Rebound by Mulholland. Here is Phillip Park now. He's going to drive to the basket for the lay-in. That'll be the 7th point of the game for Phillip Park, the leading scorer so far of the season, and the leading scorer in this game, as we see Bomback now with possession.
Yeah, I definitely see a Phillip Park, a little bit of resurgence here, as there is a foul called on the court.
Yeah, that'll be a foul. Yeah, that'll be on number 3, Kyle Mulholland. It seemed like a loose ball foul, as that'll stay with the Panthers, as they'll have number 35, the 6'7" senior, Will McLaughlin, inbound the ball. And now here's Ryan Bomback at midcourt. Now with the ball, Connor Cunningham passes it in to number 40, Andy Martin. Arguably a charging foul, as we saw a Patriots player go to the ground, but no call there, and he will be fouled, and he will go to the line. That is number 33. I believe that was the 3rd foul so far for Luke Crissati. And number 40, Andy Martin, 6'4", 6'5" center for this Panthers team. A lot of tall players, 6'7", 6'5", 6'3", 6'2", 6 foot. A lot of tall players for this Panthers team, as he will miss that first one.
As I was saying earlier, Phillip Park, he made that layup, which is the only points the Patriots have so far in this second half. But I see him taking over this ball game, definitely being frustrated with that first half, only having 5 points. I would like to see him take over this team and be the leader that he is.
That second free throw was made by Martin. Here's Macarenas for 3, no good. That is rebounded by Andy Martin, as we see Ryan Baumbach take up the ball. He is being guarded by Luke Crisati, the junior guard for this Hills team. Martin now on the wing. Gives it over to Silver. Silver over to Cunningham. Now here's Martin inside. That is just too easy for him. Taller than anybody on the court besides his own teammate, Will McLaughlin. This is a very interesting team to watch, as there are a lot of tall players, but also their talent is something to watch out for. You know, it's not just all height. It is their, talent when it comes to the game of basketball, as we see Baumbach passes it over to McLaughlin. Back over to Baumbach now. Now we see Silver at the top of the key. He'll swing it over to Cunningham, and inside is McLaughlin, guarded by Phillip Park, and that is just too easy in the post there, as he gets just a very simple basket in there. And we see Kyle Mulholland, the mid-range jumper, no good. That'll be saved by Luke Rosati, but it goes back to the Panthers, as here's McLaughlin now with the ball. He'll drive inside. He'll put that one up, and it's no good. Rebound by Andre Macarenas here. On the fast break, he'll put up a floater, no good. And that is tipped out of bounds by Macarenas as well, as that'll go to Glen Rock, as they're up by 12 points. And Wayne Hills has only scored 2 points so far in this third quarter, as there's 4 minutes gone by and 8 points have been scored by the Glen Rock Panthers. This is something that, might motivate the Panthers, the momentum shift here. But also the Wayne Hills Patriots might, be motivated to, step up their game a lot more. Going up with that is Cunningham, and that is a good basket, as that'll extend the lead to 14 points.
Just nothing is going in here for the Patriots. On offense, they seem a little bit confused, but they also seem like they're trying to drive in on a lane that's not open anymore, as that is another missed shot there by Phillip Park. Phillip Park, I said earlier, I'd hope to see him take over the team. He'd just not be able to get a shot ball.
That one is put up, and it is good for the and one, as that was number 35, Will McLaughlin, and the foul was called on number 1, Andre Macarenas. Now, in the last game, we saw Wayne Hills just absolutely thrive off of their three-point shots. Now, this game, they seem to be more focused on scoring inside, and that's something that, they should really change up. They should change their game plan to something like last game, where they were, hitting continuous threes, and if they start scoring on the outside, that'll be big for them, as they could possibly, make this a very close game and take the lead here, as that'll be a reverse layup by Phillip Park, no good. Rebound Kyle Mulholland, and he will be fouled there. That one is number 33, Michael Silver. As we see, Kyle Mulholland will now go to the line. He has 13 points so far on the season. The senior, number 3, he is a power forward for this Hills team, a great rebounder and a great scorer as well. Unfortunately, he will just miss that one, as it's in and out, and he will now go to the line for the second one.
11 points scored here in the second half by Glen Rock, and only 2 by the Patriots. They just seem like they're lost on defense and offense. They don't know what to do. Right now, Glen Rock is using their height to their advantage, and Wayne Hills cannot find a matchup against any of these players that Glen Rock has.
That one skipped out from Mulholland. After the free throw, we see another shot made by Will McLaughlin, the leading scorer and the tallest player on this Panthers team. Here's Phillip Park. Swings it over to Mulholland. He'll drive, and he will be fouled.
Now it looks like we have a replay of number 14 shot there for Glen Rock. This is number 14. Connor Cunningham with the ball. Driving to the basket. Fakes out Andre Macarenas and makes that layup.
And
Now-
it looks like there will be a foul called on number 4 for Glen Rock. That is Kenneth Virgil de Dios, as we see Luke Crissati, the junior guard, go to the line for 2 shots. That one is up, and it is just skipped out, as we see Ali Mansuroglu has entered the game now. Crissati, his second shot, also no good. That one's rebounded by Mulholland. Back out to Crissati. He loses it, flips it over. Andre Macarenas now. It will go up, and he will be fouled again, this time by number 2, Ryan Bomback, the 6-foot guard. That has been an interesting series of calls, as that was, I believe, 3 straight foul calls on the Glen Rock Panthers, as we see Andre Macarenas, very reliable shooter, go to the line as he makes that first one.
Yes, they might have been fouled many times. They just can't seem to make the free throw shots. Of Luke Crissati missed those 2. And now, obviously, Andre Macarenas just made that one, cutting the lead. Now to 17 points.
And the second one has been made, and that is a Glen Rock timeout, as they now lead by 17 points. This started off as a very close, clean game, and now, we're seeing a lot of fouls so far in the second half, and we are seeing a big margin between Glen Rock's score and the Patriots' score. This is definitely something that they're going to have to look out for, as we see Coach Karsich talking to his team, hopefully trying to drop some plays. We're going to have to see them shoot from the outside, as going inside has really been not working for them, especially with this incredibly tall Panthers team, as they had 8 rebounds going into the second half and only 3 turnovers. They are pretty much dominating this game, and that's something that, Coach Kartsich is definitely going to have to talk to his team about, try to get them, in the right mindset, try to drop some outside plays for them, and, hopefully get this game a lot closer, and, obviously the objective is to take home the W.
Maybe they're missing players like James Adamo. James Adamo been completely taken over the team as a point guard, and since he got injured in that last game, he created an extra threat of speed on defense, and that speed on offense also helped him drive to the basket and get those extra points. But now Luke Crissati taking his place, definitely struggling as a team a little bit.
That one's a wide open shot by number 25, Ryan Burkill. Missed that though, rebounded by Kyle Mulholland. Caprioni over to Phillip Park now.
Great rebound, Kyle Mulholland, moving his elbows around, getting the team away.
And a jump ball will be called, and that will stay with the Patriots, as we see Brandon Caprioni fighting for it again. A great player on both sides of the court when it comes to, rebounding, defense, and just overall hustle. It's great to see a player with such motivation like him. He'll swing it over. Here's Phillip Park, the 3, no good. As that will be Glen Rock ball, as the score still stays 37-20. As there will be a stoppage of the clock here, as there was a foul on number 22, Chester Macarenas. As we can see, number 35, McLaughlin, going to inbound the ball, and that is going to be a foul. And it looks like Luke Crissati has been hurt, unfortunately. It looks like he's on the ground.
Not sure what happened there. Definitely got tripped up and maybe landed on the front side of his body.
Yeah, it definitely looks like some kind of back or underarm thing. And I believe we have a replay of that last play. If we can just have that driving to the lane there. Is a Glen Rock player, and yeah, he gets tripped up and he lands on that left arm of his, and that's something you don't want to see from a player like Luke Crissati's caliber, because he's an amazing player, and an injury like that is something you'd hate to see. You'd hate to see him miss this game, as he is a very key player on this Hills team, and he would definitely help this team, cut the game a lot closer. Here's Phillip Park now. We'll swing it over to Jared Mintz. Now Chester Macarena is going to go up for it. He's going to be fouled, and that is no good. Almost got that and one. He almost connected there, but that was no good, as he will now go to the line for his 2 shots. Chester Macarenas, who I believe has 2 points so far on this game. He will now go to the line, as that one was on number 4, Virgil Del Dios, his second of the game. That is Kenneth Virgil Del Dios, the junior 6'2" forward. And that one is put up, and it is good from Chester Macarenas, the leading scorer in these past 2 games. That is his 3rd point of the game so far.
Now, back to that Luke Crosati injury. You don't want to see another injury from Crosati, as Nate Crosati got injured very early into the season, only has 1 point on the year. And Luke Crosati has 57 himself with 14 twos and 5 threes. But Luke Crosati took over the role for James Adamo after he got injured last week.
Looks like there's going to be a foul called. That one is going to be the second on Chester Macarenas, as we saw that drive to the lane from number 14, Connor Cunningham. But that just, wasn't enough. He put up that shot, but it was to no avail, as the Patriots are in the bonus here. And that is a 1-and-1 from Cunningham. That is good. And he will now go to the line for a second. That is also good. As we can see, Phillip Park now with the ball. Takes it up to midcourt. Swings it over to Macarenas. Now here's Park with the ball at about midcourt. Here's Jared Mintz now. Passes it over to Kyle Holland inside. That is a turnover there for the Hills team. And that was very close to the half-court line there. And they're going to call a blocking foul on a Patriots player, and that was number 20. That would be Brandon Caprioni, his second of the game, and the 8th this half for the Patriots. And that's something you don't want to see, as they're only 2 fouls away from entering the double bonus, which gives the Panthers 2 shots instead of a 1-on-1 at the free throw line. So that's something they don't want to have towards the end of the game, just in case things do get close. And that one is also good, as he goes for a perfect trip to the line. Phillip Park now with the ball. Macarenas flips over to the Park. He'll angle over to the top of the key. He'll pass it over to Mintz. That is no good. Rebounded by number 35, McLaughlin. Taking up the ball now. He'll swing it over. That is a turnover. Phil Park now in transition. Takes the 3. No good. Rebounded. Mohala, no, it loses it. Number 14, Cunningham now with the ball. He will take it up to about midcourt, as there is just under 30 seconds left in this third quarter. Double teamed, triple teamed now. Trying to force a turnover. Here's McLaughlin. He'll pass it inside to Deos. Back over to McLaughlin. He has the ball being guarded by Phillip Park. He'll drive over after the pick by Cunningham. Cunningham going to drive to the lane. And he will make that one as it ends the third quarter. Glen Rock is now up by 20 points against this Patriots team. Going into the second quarter, not the second half, going into the second quarter, this was a very close game. Then, as we saw at halftime, Glen Rock started to take things, a lot more seriously. They started to move on with the game, start taking that big lead. And now it is a 20-point game as we enter the fourth quarter. This is something that, you don't want to see from the Patriots. They are a great team, always motivated to, get these wins, take those leads, make those shots. But unfortunately, tonight is just, it's not their game to win. I mean, the Panthers just seem a lot more motivated. They seem like they just want to win more, as both teams with 9 wins, very close, both up there in their respective divisions.
Now we have a replay of the shot by number 14 earlier to end that third quarter. number 14. That is Cunningham for the Panthers, driving in and making that layup. And overall, the game by the Panthers, they just played a great game. The Patriots just cannot get nothing going, as now the Panthers have doubled their score throughout this whole entire game. And the Patriots on offense just seem like nothing is going in, as Zach Miller has checked into the game. But nothing has just worked for them on offense. They need to figure out something with 8 minutes left to go. Going to be a hard comeback, but nothing's impossible.
Yeah, it's now a 22-point game as the Panthers have doubled the score of the Patriots after that teardrop there from Connor Cunningham. As we can see, we have Baumbach now with the ball being guarded by fellow number 2 guard, Phillip Park. Now at the top of the key is Silver. Swings it over to Baumbach. Now here's Didio. Over to Boistis. And he will be fouled, but looks like that honestly looked like a bit of a jump ball. Very arguable there, as that is the 3rd foul of an Andre Macarenas. As you can see, Andre Macarenas' face, he did not look too happy, and Zach Muller, his teammate, putting his hands in the air because, he did not touch the shooter there. As we see, Andy Martin makes his first one, and he will go to the line for the second, and that is no good. That is rebounded by Zach Muller. Now here's Phillip Park in transition. Ingles to the top. Now Macarenas drives in. That is good for the layup. Andre Macarenas, the second highest scorer on this Hills team. As we can see, we have Baumbach now taking up the ball, being guarded by star player Phillip Park. And Park is showing a lot of aggression right now. Not a lot to, foul the player, but he is very motivated to, step things up. And in transition, we have Macarenas again. He'll pass it out to Sam Fitzsimmons. Going up with it is Fitzsimmons, and that is good. A floater there from Sam Fitzsimmons, the junior, who going into this game only averaged 2 points per game. He now gets that easy floater there. Bit of a contention, but that'll work out for the Patriots. And to answer back is Baumbach, who will get that easy lay-in. Monseroglu now with the ball at the wing. Macarenas, step back, 3, no good. Rebounded by Ali Monseroglu. That'll be out of bounds on number 33, Michael Silver. Andre Macarenas is now out of the game. Luke Crisati, who had that big fall earlier, good to see him back in the game. A great scorer and a great all-around player. It's good to see him, fully recovered from that one. Monseroglu over to Luke Crisati now at the top of the key. That one is tipped out by Baumbach as that ball goes into the stands and will be out of bounds on the Panthers.
Yeah, still down by 21. It's going to be a struggle for Wayne Hills to get back in this game. Not showing any bit of slowing down is Glenrock, as they are scoring on seems like every offensive possession.
Park the contested corner shot, no good. That one is rebounded by number 40, Andy Martin. And we see Baumbach with the press from Phil Park. It'll be very hard to get past a player like Phil Park. That one's number 15, Boisitz. Goes up with it. That is good. Shot from Ali Monseroglu, no good. But that's rebounded by Monseroglu as he puts that one up and he lays it in. A lot of Patriots points coming back around, but Glenrock has been able to answer back as this is still a 21-point game with 5 minutes left in the game here. Going up, and that'll be a pass over to Andy Martin. Martin now with the ball, the 6'5" center for this team. He'll give it over to Baumbach, being guarded by Phil Park. What's that? That phase of his, just looking straight at his, dribbler, and he really wants to stop him from scoring at any means necessary there. There's Boistis over to Silver. He'll miss that layup, and he will go up with it, and he will be fouled. As that one looks like it will be called on, I believe that was number 2. Number 4 for the Patriots. That will be Sam Fitzsimmons, and I believe we have a replay as we see Michael Silver making that. If we can cut to the replay from before. I guess not, as Silver makes that second one. Sam Fitzsimmons inbounds the ball to Phil Park. He will let that ball roll, trying to save some time here. Flips it over to Jared Mintz. Mintz back over to the Park. Mintz now with the ball. He'll give it over to Mensaroglu. Mensaroglu drives. He will be blocked.
Great block there. Looked like that might have been number 35, Will McLaughlin. And now that this game looks like almost out of reach here for the Patriots, I definitely maybe see a bit of underestimation from the Patriots going into this game. As obviously we talked about the low-scoring season overall by the Panthers, and the Patriots' high-scoring season. Never thought you would see them with 28 points here in the fourth quarter. But
here's Phil Park now. Gives it over to Jared Mintz. Now Fitzsimmons with it. Back over to Mintz, back over to Fitzsimmons. A lot of ball movement between these two juniors. That's a shot from Phil Park. Unfortunately, that will airball again. That's his second airball. That's something you rarely see from Philip Park, but a lot of the energy has been drained from this Patriots team. And that is something very unfortunate, as this is a very talented group of students and athletes that, you know, you hate to see them lose by this big of a margin as the game winds down with only 4 minutes and 20 seconds left. Sam Fitzsimmons, the three-pointer. That is no good. Rebound by Jared Mintz. He's going to fight for that one, but it will be a jump ball, and that will go to the leading team here, the Panthers, with 51 points to Wayne Hills' 28, as we see Bombach being guarded by fellow number 2 guard, Phil Park. Park, an amazing defender. He is not letting Bombach get anything easy there. As we see number 20, Michael Murphy, now in the game for the first time. Bombach. The flip. What a play. Bombach over to number 3, Brennan Sullivan, who then flips it to number 11, Will Consoli. And trying to answer back, no. Ollie Mesaroglu with the rebound. The spin move. The pump. No good. He'll get another rebound. Looking for the foul there. But, you know, he'll be blocked by Will McLaughlin, the very tall center for this team. McLaughlin, speaking of, drives to the lane, passes it out. Number 13, that is Alex Schwartz. That is an easy three-pointer there, as it is now a 27-point game with the Panthers in the lead. Sam Fitzsimmons for an open teammate. Phil Park, the contested three. He'll miss that. Rebounded by Mensaroglu. No good again. Here's Zach Muller out to Phil Park. Another contested three. That's a air ball. Saved by Mintz over to Fitzsimmons.
very relentless
Park
play by the
over to Sam
Patriots.
Fitzsimmons. That is good, as Sam Fitzsimmons cuts the lead to only 25, but that looks like, 24, but that looks like it really won't be enough. There's 2 minutes, 40 seconds left. And I believe we have a replay from the foul shot from number 2. Layup, sorry, from number 2, Ryan Bombach. As you can see, he gets that little double pump over Andre Macarenas. And that was just something very easy, as we see Ryan Bombach, who just scored that layup. He is now at the foul line, but he will miss that first one. Though they are in the double bonus, so they will get a second shot as well, even if they miss the first. Bombach again, he will make that second one. And here is Zach Muller to inbound.
Towards the end of that long drive by the Patriots, they were very relentless, getting rebounds and trying to get the shot off. Nothing could fall in, and then Sam Fitzsimmons finally ends that by making that three. But almost a pointless three, as he takes another one here, and that one is off. And now there's another three by Ali Mesroglu, and that one is also off.
Here's Chester Macarenas with it now. That'll be taken by the Panthers. great save there, but they will lose the ball as that is a jump, and that will go to the Patriots as they are now down by 25 points, just over 2 minutes to go, as it looks like this game has been set in stone, and we have Chester Macarenas now with the ball.
And Chester Macarenas, after that one play, was on the ground grabbing his shoulder as soon as he got up. Maybe he definitely looked in pain as he walked back over and grabbing his shoulder, but still grabbing his shoulder now. Unfortunately, or let's hope he is okay.
Now here is number 3, Brendan Sullivan now in the game. Number 20, Michael Murphy now with it. Guarded by Jared Mintz. He'll drive to the lane. Out to number 0, Joey Burke, and that'll be stolen by Ali Mansoroglu. Now here's Jared Mintz, the junior, taking out the ball. 3-pointer, Sam Fitzsimmons, no good. Rebounded Ali Mansoroglu over to Mintz. He'll drive in, and he will be fouled there, as he will go to the line for 2. And that one will be on number 2, Ryan Bombeck.
You see a lot of players that don't get a lot of playing time in the game here, like Sam Fitzsimmons, Zach Muller, and players like that. And you just like to see them get a lot of opportunities here to hit free throws, hit shots, and have opportunities to drive and take 3-pointers, as you may see a lot of them in bigger roles next year, as most of these players are juniors.
Yeah, once they hit their senior year, they're definitely going to get a lot more playing time, as Jared Mintz makes his first free throw, but he misses the second. Now here's Sullivan with the ball, flips it out. Number 20, Michael Murphy now with it. They'll give it over to number 4, DiDio. Now back over to Burke. Inside, he will be blocked by Zach Muller. And taking up the ball is Kyle Mulholland, the senior. Everybody in the game right now on the court for the Patriots is a junior, besides Kyle Mulholland, who is a senior. He'll put that up, and that is no good, as there's 50 seconds left in this game, as the Panthers are here to... No, sorry, Ali Mansoroglu for the Patriots is here to inbound the ball. Jared Mintz now with it, gives it inside Zach Muller. Turn around, jumper, no good. He will be fouled. Ali Mansoroglu is fouled by number 0, Joey Burke. That'll be the 8th foul so far for this Panthers team. A lot more fouls in the second half than in the first half. But the first half, there was only 8, and right now that's been doubled already, as there's 17. More than doubled, actually, as there's 17 fouls combined from both teams here in the second, as we see Murphy now with it. He gives it over to DiDio. Alex Schwartz. Murphy now with it. Drives to the basket, and he will blow that layup. Unfortunately, Kyle Mulholland gets the rebound. And here's Jared Mintz, gives it over to Mansoroglu, and now Sam Fitzsimmons will hold it. No, he will pass. Yeah, it looks he'll take that 3-pointer there. Fortunately, that'll miss. And here's DiDio, who will hold the ball. And that is the end of the game, unfortunately. A pretty big deficit for Wayne Hills, as they're coming off of a pretty big win themselves. And now they, unfortunately, lose by 24 points, as that was definitely a tough one to watch. Jake, do we have some stats?
Yeah, Andre Macarenas, leading scorer in today's game with 8 points, and then following him was Philip Park with 7. And then Sam Fitzsimmons, Lucas Shadi, Brandon Caprioni, and Ali Mansoroglu all with 4 and 5 behind them. But just a struggle on offense all game. Could not get anything to fall, from layups to mid-range shots to even 3-pointers. Just nothing could fall, even from their best player, Philip Park. Philip Park definitely had a frustrating game today. Could not get a layup to go in, as Panthers played great defense underneath, not letting them drive at all. And that is the Patriots' specialty, having them drive in, getting the easy points, and that's what gets the 3-game open. Just could not get anything open, and that's how the Panthers limited them in today's game.
Yeah, here at Wayne Hills High School, I'm Jason Hook alongside Jake Talrico, and the final score was, I believe, 55 to 28. I lost track, honestly, and we will see you on Wednesday for the